Hello, welcome to Take 10 on Tuesdays with the Tennessee Tribune. Our guest today is Mildred Walters, who is the director of the Pathway Women's Business Center in Nashville. Hello, how are you today?
I'm wonderful.
Good. So, Ms. Walters, tell us a little bit about the Pathway Women's Business Center. And it opened in January, and what is the purpose? What's the reason for a women's business center?
The purpose for a women's business center is that women are opening businesses at faster rates nowadays, faster rates than the general population. However, women are not scaling out. Studies have found that women are running their businesses, but they're not employing people. They are not delegating authority. And so we thought that education would help women scale out and be able to make a very viable living from the efforts that they have in starting a business.
Oh, wow. Okay. So the Women's Business Center now is affiliated with Pathway.
Yes.
But it's also affiliated with the Small Business Administration.
Correct.
And there are 110
yes.
women's business centers across the country. Is
yes.
that right? But this newest one is here in Nashville.
Correct.
And so what has gone on so far? And it's only opened since January 2015.
Yes, Pathway Lending has been in existence for 15 years, and we have made an effort to serve the underserved community. That's part of our mission. But the second half of our mission is and educate business owners. So we have made loans to people who could not get loans anywhere else. We get support from 46 banks in the community, and they are glad that we're able to do things that they can't do because of regulations. However, although we serve the underserved and we are serving people who have difficulty getting credit, 98% of our loans are repaid.
That's wonderful.
Isn't that amazing? And
wow.
We decided that the reason why, and we know that the reason why, is because we not only make the loans, but we educate.
As you're going
we have always done that for the past 15 years. We have educated people and given them technical assistance. And so when the SBA sent out an RFP, request for proposals for women business centers throughout the nation, we responded with a proposal.
Oh.
And that was awarded in October, and by January our doors were open. So the group that was at Pathway Lending moved very quickly. I did not start working until February. But our mission is to educate women in the community on issues related to business so that they can grow viable businesses and so that they can have sustainability.
Oh, wow. Okay. And so you've been open since February. How many women have come through the doors to take courses, and what kinds of education, what kinds of courses are you doing at this point?
We have offered over 40 training classes.
And they're free.
And they're free this year. We're fundraising. We're friend-raising this year.
Okay.
We're in the friend-raising stage, so we're not charging for classes right now. We have offered more than 40 courses at this point.
Wow.
We have served close to 200 women. They have come through our doors. Some of them come only once, but most of them come. They find that we have something that they need, something that they like and enjoy, and they return for other classes. We have offered fundamental classes called the Money Smart series, which include tax planning and record keep in financial management. We have organization structure, teaching you whether your company should be an LLC or sole proprietorship or a corporation or S Corp. So that's organization structure and record keeping. And last is insurance and business insurance and risk management. So those are our core courses. But then we have offered other courses like lean processing so that people can learn how to create systems for their business. You know, if there's a system for everything. And you see it in major corporations, but there's also a system process for small business owners. So we have taught that class. We have done a 3-part series on marketing strategy.
Wow.
We have done a 2-month series on social media. So those
Wow.
are some of the series we've done. But coming up, Can I tell you about what's coming up?
Please tell me what's coming up. Okay.
So August 13th, which is a Thursday, we are going to have the Women's Automotive Academy. It starts at 8:30 in the morning and it will end at 3:30 in the afternoon. The morning session will be a course, and it will teach people who want to expand their businesses by entering the automotive industry. It will teach them basic terminology. It will give them steps on how to get into the industry, and it'll talk about certifications.
Okay, so now getting into the automotive industry, you're not talking about a dealership or selling widgets necessarily to the automotive business. Tell me a little bit more.
Yes. And in the afternoon, we will have representatives from the automotive industry on a panel. We've already confirmed a representative from Toyota, someone from Nissan, and someone from General Motors.
Okay.
And we will have representatives to talk about some of their needs. It can be everything from graphic design to catering to report writing.
Oh, wow.
It can be extensive. Most of the time when people think about being in the automotive industry, they think about manufacturing.
Right.
But there are different levels where you can enter into the relationship with the manufacturer, and that will all be explained in the workshop.
Wow. So now, and this is another free course?
It is free.
Okay.
All day long.
And how do you register for the course?
You can go online to www.pathwaywbc.org. That's www.pathwaywbc.org.
Okay, and you can register for that. And then are there other courses coming up? Besides, this one sounds like a pretty big one.
That is going to be a big one.
Yeah.
Every month we have a Let's Talk luncheon, and that's a more casual atmosphere where women just sit in a circle. You can have a brown bag lunch, or we'll order lunch for you. The next one comes up next Wednesday. Mary Neal Price, an attorney here, will be the facilitator, and she'll ask their questions about contracts, agreements, and leases.
Oh, wow. Okay, so lots of good information. Now tell me, how did you become such an expert on small business? And it's very clear that small business is your passion. So tell me a little bit about how you got to that point.
I started being interested in business when I was a small child. I grew up in Nashville, and I remember the women business owners on Jefferson Street.
Oh, really?
There was a woman who owned she was a mortician. She owned a funeral home. Martin's Funeral Home was here at the time. There was a woman who came by our house to collect insurance payments, Miss Scott. And I loved the way they dressed. I loved the way they talked. I liked what they talked about. In all of my life, I've kind of modeled myself after women in business. I like the idea of people being able to prosper and grow and take ownership of their lives. Money is not everything, but money does offer a lot of options.
Right. Lots of and opportunities.
Yes. You know when you don't have enough money to do the things you can do, those options are very limited. Those opportunities are limited. And I think that my role in life, and I understand it now, is to help empower other women by showing them what their gifts are and what their opportunities are and how they can live an enriched life. Most of the people who come to me already know what they can do, but they're afraid to really launch it, to really reach out and do the things that they desire to do. So my goal is just to help them see their gifts and to have the courage to move forward.
Oh, that's great. And now you've also been a professor at Tennessee State University, as well as running the incubation center at TSU. So,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have spent over 20 years teaching people, although I have to say that I have taught every grade from kindergarten to graduate school.
Oh, wow.
And I've been paid to teach. People always say, were you paid to teach in those areas? Yes. Those are positions that I've held over the years. So when you're an old lady, you have a lot of experience behind you.
And tell me now, tell me a little bit about businesses that you see women going into in 2015. What is attracting women to go into?
There's such a large variety. I can't say that it's any one area. I have seen people, I'm thinking about Sherry Steady, who's in one of our clients now, and she has invented carrier for people who have walkers. So that's manufacturing. I see quite a few women who are making home-baked products. I have a company called Sisterhood of the Tamale. They're getting ready to go into some of the local chain stores, but they are originally from Texas, and they could not find the kind of Mexican food here that they had experienced at home, and so they started making them for friends, and now they are manufacturing them.
Wow. Okay.
They sell them. They sell them frozen. I worked with a woman yesterday who has a company that's making fresh baby food.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that's great.
The baby's food is made from all local produce. She only goes to local farmers markets to buy local produce, and then the food is sold frozen so that when the family prepares it, the baby has fresh food. I see quite a few women who have consulting careers. They are experts at what they do, and now they're consulting with other companies, but they don't know how to make that a business. They know how to do what they do, but most women come to me because they don't know how to make a business of what they do.
Okay. And tell me, why is it important for African American business owners, African American women business owners, to connect with the Women's Business Center? Are you seeing many African American women come through?
I see quite a few come through, but I would like to see more, simply because I am an African American woman and I know what a gift the Women's Business Center is. The knowledge and the information that we're able to bring into our center is just waiting there for people to engage in. And I think that if you try to run your business without the knowledge, without the information that you need, you can't achieve the level of success that is potentially yours.
Right.
So many people say to me, "Oh wow, I wish I had known this before I started my business."
Right.
You know, I hear that over and over again throughout my career. If I'm talking about partnership agreements, many people don't know how important partnership agreements are. And we talk about that quite a bit in our organization structure class. And I've seen people bitterly separate from a partner, and they say, "Wow, I wish I'd known about a partnership agreement." So that's just one example of the kind of things that we try to steer people away from as they're developing their business. We have attorneys that work with us. We have accountants. We have people that come in to volunteer their time to mentor.
Oh, wonderful. All right. So all of this is available through the Women's Business Center, and can you give us the website address once again if you're interested in taking a class or just checking out what's coming up?
And I encourage people to check our website frequently because we add courses on weekly, sometimes daily. For instance, if I have 4 or 5 people that have the same issue, then I'll pull together a facilitator and we'll make it a class, and we'll put it on the website within the next 2 or 3 days. So you have to check our website. The website address is www.pathwaywbc.org. www.pathwaywbc.org. You can also connect with us on Twitter and Facebook.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Ms. Walters, for joining us today. Our guest has been Mildred Walters, Director of the Pathway Women's Business Center in Nashville.